Welcome back to Free Blues Boxing. Welcome to Free Blues Boxing. Welcome to Free Blues Boxing. Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell. Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell. It was just live tonight. Phenomenal and exciting fight. Definitely a heck of a fight to start off the year. Definitely a heck of a fight to start off the new year. Young bull Ryan Garcia was sharp. Um, he was sharp in a lot of ways as far as being explosive. But the young bull got dropped in the second round. Oh yeah, the fight. It was a really good fight. Like I said, I think this fight should be one of the candidates for fight of the year. Young bull Ryan Garcia got it done. Ryan Garcia knocks out Luke Campbell in the seventh round, just as I predicted. Ryan Garcia was dropped to the canvas and it went viral. He was dropped to the canvas round two. Luke Campbell, he set up a beautiful overhand left, knocked Ryan Garcia to the canvas. Ryan Garcia got up. He held his own. He was letting his hands go. Pretty much dictated the pace of the fight after the second round. So shout out to Ryan Garcia. Put on a great performance, and he is the young lion in the lightweight division. A lot to work on, though. The young boy has a lot to work on. He is not ready for a Gervonta Tank Davis just yet. Him and his trainer, Eddie Reynoso, have a lot to work on as far as footwork and defense, and keeping his hands up, and neck exercises. As I emphasized in my video I just dropped, Ryan Garcia is not built like a Tank Davis or Teofimo Lopez, and he got tested tonight. He got rocked. And right now he's reminding me of there I go right there. He's reminding me of Amir Khan by getting dropped. Amir Khan is another great fighter. Offensively, it's really good, but couldn't make it too far in the boxing game because of his chin. I seen a great fighter tonight in Ryan Garcia, but I try to think, and he's only 22. Like he's a great fighter, but he's definitely got things to work on before he fights Gervonta Tank Davis specifically. Um, he was caught clean. His head snapped in a weird way. Um, yeah, I didn't like that because that's the first time I've ever seen Ryan drop. But you gotta love the heart of a champion. You gotta love the heart of a champion. You gotta He ended up stopping and knocking out Luke Campbell with the body shot in the seventh round after he figured him out. Um, but yeah, that boy definitely has power for sure. Luke Campbell is, he's a seasoned veteran, 33 years old, and he was a decent fighter. He's a decent fighter in general, and he was the perfect test for Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is now Devin Haney's WBC mandatory at the lightweight division. Um, but really, one thing that stood out to me is just how explosive Ryan is. Um, the way he throws his leaping punches, the way he lets that straight right left go, and it's really just hold his own in the middle of the ring. Ryan Garcia wasn't against the ropes, not once. He was not against the ropes the whole fight. He wasn't against the ropes the whole fight. But this thing looked like something off a movie. So between Garcia and Devin, I see Devin Haney outboxing Ryan Garcia, but it will be Devin Haney's toughest test up to date. Now, out of all the lightweights, including Gervonta Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Tank Davis, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, and Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney has the worst resume. I'm sorry, he might not have the worst resume, but besides Devin Haney, the other three fighters have fought somebody that's better than Devin Haney and than anybody that Devin Haney has fought. So Devin Haney is disadvantaged in that aspect. But if Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney are supposed to fight in 2021, that is the next fight that was ordered by the WBC. And that fight, that Ryan Garcia is Devin Haney's mandatory fight. So 2021, this year, 2021 is looking bright for the young stars to get into the ring. Who I think will win? I see Devin Haney outboxing Ryan Garcia. But I honestly don't know who's going to win because they're both really good. And styles do make fights. Devin Haney's not much of a power puncher. He's just really slick and technical. But he is not ready for Gervonta Tank Davis. No way in heck he's ready for Gervonta Tank Davis. And but yeah, that body shot sent shockwaves through his body. and Luke Campbell couldn't get up. He couldn't get up in that 10-second. The 10-second count. Yeah. He was like, ah. He was just shaking his head. It's a beautiful shot. That's what you do when a fighter holding their hands too high, go to the body. If a fighter is holding his hands too high, go to the body. Really interested in seeing this press conference. I gotta watch the post-fight. Ryan Garcia, to my knowledge, has called out Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis. But he will not be ready for Gervonta Tank Davis till down the line. He's got some growing up to do.
In this fight tonight, what did you think of your performance?
Man, it definitely showed. So I think I showed a lot of people who I really am. Going to this fight, I wanted to show people that, whatever they call you, they wanted to call me a social media fighter, they wanted to call me a lot of things. Your teachers may call you things, your parents, even anybody who tries to put you down, tells you can't become something. Remember, you're not who people tell you are, you're who you choose to be.
You chose to be a champion tonight.
I wasn't going to let nothing stop me either. When you dropped me, I got up. It was a good shot. I was cold. And he got me, man. I'm like, yo, I got dropped. This is crazy.
Walk me through that second round. You won the first round.
He said, yo, I got dropped. This is crazy.
That one big fight. That you told Luke after the fight. First time you've ever been dropped.
I've never been dropped in my life. I think I got a little too excited over the moment. I knew I was in control, but I wanted to just the dog. I just felt like I could crack him. But he cracked me. So, yeah, there was that. So I had to adjust and say, all right, I'm going to calm down. Because I knew I could beat him. I just had to get right back up and show everybody what a warrior really is like. That's why I got on my shoulder, warrior, baby. My first tattoo.
Love Ryan Garcia.
What are you feeling there, lying on the deck for the first time?
Ryan Garcia means well. Yeah, the clips that went viral. Said I had that hook since I was born.
So where does Devin Haney rank on your hit list of potential opponents?
Devin Haney, he's going to be that opponent, of course, I want to fight him. I want to fight Tank first, of course. But, it is what it is. If we can make Devin, let's make Devin. Why not? Let's go. Let's go. Hey, I'm ready, man. I'm ready. Hey, hold on. Who do you guys want?
Tank? No. Oh, wow. Ryan Garcia negated Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia has negated Devin Haney for his next fight. He basically said, I want Haney down the line. Basically said, I want Devin Haney down the line. I want Tank Davis for the next fight. Love Ryan Garcia. Great kid. Ryan Garcia is not ready for Tank Davis. His chin is not ready for Tank Davis. He tries to fight Tank Davis. Gonna go down as another Leo Santa Cruz fight. He needs to fight Devin Haney. Yeah, it was a great body shot. It was textbook. Ryan was applying pressure. Luke Campbell was just getting broken down. Vasyl Lomachenko, Ryan Garcia versus Vasyl Lomachenko would be a great fight. But he's literally the WBC mandatory. He's the WBC mandatory. He needs to get in there with Devin Haney. They're on the same platform. He's most likely to fight Devin Haney before everybody else. Ryan Garcia, he got up and he fought. He got up and he fought. Yeah. He's been saying he wants Tank Davis before the fight. But he has promoters and things. It's not time to fight Tank just yet. Clearly, Ryan Garcia will not be able to take all that pressure from the hardest hitting southpaw. He wouldn't be able to take all that pressure. Okay. Luke Campbell and Ryan Garcia showed great sportsmanship. Great sportsmanship. I like that sportsmanship, though. They'll be opposing after the fight, chopping up about how the fight went. Canelo Alvarez, the pound for pound king, in the mix as well. Canelo Alvarez and Ryan Garcia share the same trainer in Eddie Reynoso. So it's a great fight. Great fight. Nobody, yeah, nobody else stopped Luke Campbell. Ryan Garcia, he would come in and he did his thing.
Tyson took 4 grams of mushrooms and is playing with a beer can on our podcast. Why did the award go to anybody?
So yeah, he could be a little high right now on him winning the fight. It's just kind of just he's rattled up. Like he was dropped in the ring, so he's probably a little rattled up. But that come with it. That come with it. But I like Ryan Garcia. I feel like he's a humble dude. He's been counted out so many times for this fight by a few different people. He's been counted out by the whole social media and boxing world. Um, I was correct. My prediction was right. My prediction was 100% right. I said Ryan Garcia will be stopping Luke Campbell around 6 or round 7. He stopped Luke Campbell in round 7. Um, Now the context of the fight, I didn't see it going out like that. Um, but boxing is one of the most unpredictable sports, and anything could happen. Anything can happen in the sport of boxing. Um, Ryan Garcia getting dropped in the second round. I didn't think Ryan Garcia was going to get dropped. My prediction of the fight is I thought Ryan Garcia was going to dominate the whole fight, and he did dominate the whole fight except for round 2. I didn't think he was going to get dropped. I didn't think he was going to get touched as much as he did. He was touched way more than he should have been touched with. Um, but he eventually, he got up and he started letting his hands go. He looked super explosive. He's arguably one of the most explosive fighters at the or in the world, actually. Definitely at lightweight division. The lightweight division is on fire. Um, Ryan Garcia is pretty much ready for everybody other than Tank. And that's not saying Tank is better than Devin Haney. That's not what I'm saying. I think Tank is better than Tiffany Logan. I'm not saying Tank is better than Devin Haney. Um, it's just that Devin Haney isn't as dangerous as a puncher. He's a dangerous fighter, but he isn't as dangerous as a puncher as Tank Davis. And I like Ryan Garcia. I wouldn't want to see his career go out like that if he were to fight Tank Davis in 2021. That's the fight he's not ready for. He clearly doesn't have a chin. Gervonta Davis is a risky power puncher that's going and very accurate. He can box. He chooses not to box. He chooses to knock you out. That's the thing. I think Tank, just because Tank um, is going to knock you out, and Tank is the fighter that literally chooses to get punched and puts himself out there so he can get the knockout. He makes it interesting on purpose. He's box office, but Devin Haney is just gonna out. He's the new Floyd. He's just gonna outbox you. He's gonna outbox you all night. He's gonna use his jab. He's not gonna get touched. Devin Haney. Guys like Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson are the epitome of hit and don't get hit. Shakur Stevenson's at 130. Eventually, he'll move up one weight class, just 5 pounds between super featherweight and lightweight, and move up to fight the top dogs at lightweight division. Devin Haney, Tiffany Lopez, Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia. Those are the 4 best fighters at the lightweight division right now. Ryan Garcia. I argue with my boy, who was going to be the first lightweight in those divisions to get dropped? who are the first lightweights in those divisions, and who's the first lightweight in that division out of those four to get dropped, get knocked on the campus. And we agree, Ryan Garcia. You could just tell. I mean, Ryan Garcia, he's number one. He's never been tested. He's not built. He's not built like he could take a punch. He doesn't. You know what I mean? He's kind of built like me. He's got a long neck, small face, smaller face bone. Like, his jaw is not built like that. You could tell he doesn't have a jaw. He's built more like an Amir Khan. He looked just like I'm getting a lot of Amir Khan vibes, except he's not a quitter and he's a little bit more explosive and more heart, more to fight for. Amir Khan wasn't nearly as famous as Ryan Garcia and getting all the hate that he's getting now. Ryan Garcia, if you've ever been through a Ryan Garcia social media page, matter of fact, it went viral. It went viral, him getting dropped. It's you're very famous when you go viral. It's boxing. People get dropped all the time. It wasn't the knockout. He didn't get knocked out. He just got dropped. It was clean too. It was a clean drop, but it's a smaller facial structure. I've seen that with a lot of boxers that have smaller facial structures and just not built like like a linebacker. No neck like Tank. Look the way Tank's built. Look at the way Teofimo Lopez is built, and then look at Ryan Garcia. Look at the way they're built. Look at their facial structure. And it's just like Devin Haney's like he's right and he's almost built like that. Like you could tell he's worked. He's been working on his neck exercises, and he's actually has a big face too. He has a big jaw. He has a big jaw too. So I wasn't even gonna say anything because I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of getting deep. I'm kind of just looking at somebody, just judging them by the face if they can take a punch. But I've noticed that people built like Ryan Garcia do not. People built like Ryan Garcia and Amir Khan cannot take a big punch. And I've seen Tank Davis take some hard punches and just eat it. I've seen guys like Canelo Alvarez too, take some um, big punches and just eat it, just eat it for breakfast. So you got to get right. You got to get right. Um, Ryan Garcia needs to chew big pieces of like the huge gum. He needs to chew huge gum and do neck exercises and really get bigger. Like really kind of build up his upper body, like build up his upper body strength. To be honest, Luke Campbell was the stronger fighter. He was the stronger fighter tonight, even though he got stopped in the seventh. You could tell that he was stronger. He was stronger. You know what I mean? He wasn't. He just didn't know. Luke Campbell just didn't know how to use it. Ryan Garcia was more explosive. He was quicker, more calculated, and just the better fighter. So that's how you eventually ended up stopping Luke Campbell and more power too as well. Ryan Garcia, just looking at him, you would think he wouldn't have any power because he's so skinny. But in boxing, it's not about how big your muscles are; it's about how well your snap is. So if you have a good snap, regardless of what you look like, if your shoulders are loose and you're able to snap a punch, you're able to snap a punch because power is not a power is not how well you push your punch. It's not how well you push your punch. It's how well you. It's like a flick, like snapping it in there. It's like you gotta have your shoulders loose. The loose, the guy with the most loose shoulders has the most power in the ring. So that's what it is. I like Ryan Garcia. I really like Ryan Garcia. He's not ready for Tank Davis. He could fight anybody else at the lightweight division. You got to be careful, even if you were to fight a Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez has power. He has a lot of power. Um, Ryan Garcia definitely has to clean up his footwork. Ryan Garcia has to clean up his footwork, and he has to clean up. He got to clean up his footwork, and he's got to clean up his defense. He's got to clean up his footwork and clean up his defense, and keep his dang hands up. Keep your hands up in boxing. He was caught cold, clean in the second round with the overhand. Didn't really see it coming. Nah, you didn't see it coming. That's one of the punches that you have to work on in sparring, work on your defense in sparring. You have to see that punch coming. Because if you don't see it, it could be the most devastating punch and you can get knocked out. Um, but it was a mistake. Like I said, Ryan Garcia, he's 22 years old, fighting one of the best gatekeepers at the lightweight division. Luke Campbell, definitely a deep amateur pedigree. Um, and he knocked him out. He did what nobody else did. He knocked out Luke Campbell in the seventh round with a body shot that was beautiful. Um, I just trying to compare him to Tank Davis and Devin Haney. Just what him and his camp and Eddie Reynosa. They need to clean up certain habits before he gets in there with them, and he could get knocked out and get hurt. But at the same time, I'm also really impressed at how he looked offensively and just his heart. He had that will to win. Um, he got up and he fought. He fought. He had to take. He took a couple more left hands from Luke Campbell's southpaw stance. Luke Campbell did a good job of digging to the body. Um, had a great jab, a strong jab. Um, he's a seasoned veteran now, 33 years old. They've seen a bunch of looks. He's a gold medalist, and yeah, he did the best he could versus the young lion Ryan Garcia. Now Ryan Garcia is the mandatory for Devin Haney. I'm so excited to see how that fight is going to go out. Um, and then the other fighters, Teofimo Lopez across the street on the top ranked ESPN platform, and then Gervonta Tank Davis under the Mayweather Promotions and I am in PBC. All making fights down the line. We will see who will be on top at the lightweight division. It was great to see Devin Haney in attendance at the fight. Um, Devin Haney also was making tweets during the fight. He put the eye emoji. He put the eye emoji to be messy. You know what I mean? Like y'all looking at what happened. Y'all just seen Ryan get dropped. You know what I mean? Um, Devin Haney was with his dad, Bill Haney. Bill Haney looked super focused. Devin Haney was all smiles. Ryan Garcia went to Devin Haney after the fight in the stands. It's usually the other way around. Usually it's the fighter that's not fighting and calls him out calls out the fighter that's fighting, literally gets into the ring after they fight and says, blah blah, I want to fight you. But no, I thought it was kind of different that Ryan Garcia went to where Devin Haney was sitting and talked to him about that. But I'm happy for Ryan Garcia. It was definitely a very entertaining fight. Like I said, this could be nominated for one of the fights of the year. Um, yeah, I didn't see none of that coming. I didn't see Ryan stopping him with a body shot. I thought if if Ryan was gonna stop him, I thought too many power shots to the head. I didn't see a body him quitting on a body shot. Like, but Ryan Garcia has a full offensive arsenal. Um, Offensively, one of the most dangerous fighters on the planet, a real knockout artist. Um, I don't know how many out of the last. Yeah, it's about to elevate him even more. He's already, without even being a champion yet, he's like the top three or top five most famous boxers. He's like top five most famous boxer besides Canelo, Tank Davis, you know, I don't know, maybe a Tyson Fury. I don't know, Errol's. I don't know. He might even be more famous than like Errol Spence. Um, Lomachenko's also very popular. So like yeah, he's like top five. He's like top five most famous boxers right now. And he's only 22, and he's not a champion yet. But I like Ryan Garcia. I like the direction he's heading. I think he needs to leave the zone and Golden Boy Promotions and go to Al Heyman or Eddie Hearn. Um, he just needs good management right now. Good management. He's got a right staff, training team. That's it. Now just management. Um, they got to work on his defense. They got to work on his defense so he can't get caught with another big shot. And his footwork, like I said, um, he just needs to be a little bit more in sync with himself. But I'm optimistic that that will come. He's only 22 years old. Um, Sky's the limit for the young bull. Sky's the limit for the young bull. Fighting is very dangerous. It's very dangerous. You got to work on your defense. But like I emphasized in my video I just dropped, Ryan Garcia was super composed. Ryan Garcia was super composed. I like that. What's Mike Tyson talking about on here?
Absolutely no fear.
If he does, he's not good fighter.
Because fear kills the fighter.
If he have an intellectual relationship, all has to do.
Speaking of Mike Tyson,
I guess it's that the old adage, like, what are you more afraid of?
I'm over here watching Mike Tyson and Logan Paul podcast.
Like that fear can push you to places and make you do things that you couldn't when your instincts kick in and you reach that.
But, you know, we're just going to have to see. Ryan Garcia has hecka, he has hecka potential. And
So when you were fighting back in the day, would you ever use psychedelics?
he has hecka potential. So we're just going to have to see, man. We're just going to have to see.
You think that time off helped?
I don't know. I just know I wasn't happy if I didn't have that. So.
Mike Tyson over here talking about smoking. You should not be smoking and drinking if you're a boxer. If you want longevity in the sport of boxing, you want to be the next Floyd Mayweather and make 300 million. Build your brand up so much when you're 50 and old and making 300 million to fight and fighting at 40. You want to fight till you're 40 years old. You do not smoke weed. Ryan Garcia should not smoke or drink. I don't think he smokes or drink now. Tank Davis has been drunk before. Devin Haney doesn't smoke or drink. Obviously, he wants to be the next Floyd. Shakur Stevenson doesn't smoke or drink. Teofimo Lopez, I don't think smokes or drinks. Um, Errol Spence been on video drunk. Adrian Broner has been on video drunk about 1,000 times. If you're a boxer, do not smoke, do not drink. Just don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
You get in a lot of trouble.
Oh, I've been arrested 40 times before I was 12.
40 before you were 12?
Yeah.
Oh my God. But she never turned back on you. She was with
Oh,
you.
never.
Mike Tyson was arrested 40 times. But yeah, the lightweight division is on fire right now. Um, just trying to see, how it's gonna play out. Javante Tank Davis, Devin Haney, my top two favorite fighters at the lightweight division. I have a lot of stuff, a lot of respect for Devin Haney. Tiffany Lopez and Ryan Garcia. But we just got to see. We just got to see. Ryan Garcia got a little bit of maturing to do. Javante Tank Davis was during the fight, during the Ryan Garcia fight, he was like, Ryan Garcia just gonna be running in the shots. And then right after he got dropped, right after Ryan Garcia got dropped in the second round, um, after Ryan Garcia got dropped in the second round, Tank Davis quoted his tweet and said, "See, uh, yeah, we're just going to see." Ryan Garcia came out in his thing. Ryan Garcia came out in his King thing. If you don't know that, they call him the Flash. He got a couple different nicknames. They call him the Flash. They call him King Rye. So he came out in his little what do you call it when they hold you up and you're wearing the crown? Came out in his King thing, and he went in there and he did what he was supposed to do and more. Went in and did what he was supposed to do. And that was beat a tough gatekeeper. There's a comment. There's a few comments regarding a few comments regarding when Ryan Garcia got dropped. There was one comment that said, "I am so happy that this happened," and it had like 3,500 likes. Ryan Garcia, I don't know why they hate him so much. Like, he's a cool dude. He's a cool young dude. It was a really good fight. It was a really good fight. Probably the best fight since the Nakatani fight. But the Teofimo Lopez and Leo Santa Cruz a good fight. Javante obviously a good fight. Devin Haney, he's always a good fighter. He did what he's supposed to do. Uh, but yeah, it wasn't no thing. It wasn't no thing really. But just wish the best for Ryan Garcia. Is a great fighter. Other explosive fighters are Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo, a super welterweight, is currently undisputed. He's one of the hardest punchers on the planet. He knocked out one of my favorite boxers named Erickson Lubin. And then he just beat Rosario, who just beat Williams, who had beat Hurd. So now Jamel Charlo is undisputed and the top dog. He is the top dog at the super welterweight division. He's one of the hardest hitting punchers on the planet. I will be making some content about the Charlo twins, Jamal Charlo. A lot of good fighters. I gotta make some heavyweight. Excuse me. I gotta make some heavyweight content between Tyson Fury will be taking on Anthony Joshua at the heavyweight division. I gotta make a video on Deontay Wilder because he is a J Cat. He still has not gotten back in the ring since the upset, losing to Tyson Fury earlier this year. Tyson Fury beating him up, and licking on his neck. Highly disappointed with Deontay Wilder and how he fought, how he went out, and the poor sportsmanship afterwards. And not resigning the fight. Not resigning the fight, taking the fight against Tyson Fury for the trilogy. He ducked and dodged him. He called him bad words on Instagram. And is looking like a true non-professional fighter. Yep. Yep, I'm gonna make some content on some heavyweights. Deontay Wilder was my favorite fighter. He's my favorite heavyweight fighter. Lost earlier this year. Um, but the heavyweight division is on fire. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Usyk. Usyk, a great Russian fighter who I like. Gonna be some content on there. Uh, that'll be coming soon. Just right now, just the lightweight division. Lightweight division has been on fire. Um, actually, Anthony Joshua just fought, but he fought this old dude, and he did what he was supposed to do. So I didn't really feel like covering it. But just gonna have to see. I'm gonna do some content on more middleweight. Caleb Plant is my favorite fighter. Caleb Plant is my favorite fighter at super middleweight. I mean, I got to do some content on Canelo. I got to do some content on Charlo, Caleb Plant, Benavidez. Um, I got to do some content at super welterweight, 54, with what's going on over there. Obviously, I've been doing content on welterweight with Errol Spence, who's one of my favorite fighters. Errol Spence Jr., one of the pound for pound kings. Top 5 pound for pound king in my book, who is whooping everybody at welterweight division, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. My boy is doing his thing. Now he just needs to fight Terrence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao and be the undisputed champion at welterweight division. Welterweight division is always on fire. Terrence Crawford, gonna make some content on Terrence Crawford. More content. 140. 140. I gotta make content on Josh Taylor. 140 is high between Josh Taylor and Ramirez, I guess, but really Josh Taylor since he has all those belts. Josh Taylor, what my dude Regis Prograis, last year. Very impressive. I thought Regis Prograis was the truth at 140. Right now, it is Josh Taylor. I wish it was Adrian Broner, but Adrian Broner is a cat. But Josh Taylor's a great fighter. Um, there's been rumors that Josh Taylor is going to move up and fight Terrence Crawford. There's been rumors that Josh Taylor is going to stay there, beat Ramirez, and then Teofimo Lopez. I want Teofimo Lopez if he's going to stay on the top ranked side. If he's going to stay on the top ranked side and fight those fighters and not fight a Devin Haney or Gervonta Tank Davis, he needs to move up to 140 and fight Josh Taylor to be the undisputed at 140. So Josh Taylor needs to fight Teofimo Lopez or Terrence Bud Crawford, or go up to 47 fight Terrence Crawford probably. Assuming Terrence Crawford can't get Errol Spence by then, or he can't get Errol Spence or the Pacquiao fight. So we'll just have to see about that. A lot of great fights. A lot of great fights. Um, we're just gonna have to see mine. We're gonna have to see mine. 130, Shakur Stevenson. I'm going to be doing a bunch of content on Shakur Stevenson, one of my favorite fighters as well. I have a lot of favorite fighters. One of probably the most skilled fighter on the planet, arguably the most skilled fighter on the planet is Shakur Stevenson. On the top ring side, he does not get touched. He's going to conquer the 130. He's gonna conquer the super featherweight division and move up to see all of these lightweights that we are seeing. And he's gonna do his thing. So we're just gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see. I'm gonna be making content from 130 all the way up to lightweight, all the way up to heavyweight, from super featherweight all the way up to heavyweight. That's the content I make. Why is Mike Tyson so ratchet? Who's your top three lightweights right now? My top three lightweights right now: Gervonta Tank Davis, Devin Haney. Gervonta Tank Davis, Devin the Dream Haney, and Teofimo Lopez. Gervonta Tank Davis, Devin the Dream Haney, and Teofimo Lopez are the three lightweights in the division. No kizzy, no cap. Gervonta Tank Davis has been established since he whooped Pedraza in 2017. Great Puerto Rican fighter. They like to say Tank hasn't, but even prior to when he fought Leo Santa Cruz, Lomachenko is a great fighter. Lomachenko must be your top three. Lomachenko is a great fighter. He is a great fighter. Um, Lomachenko has great footwork. He is his output is crazy. His output is crazy. Uh, he's beat great fighters. Uh, he's beat Gary Russell Jr. He's beat what's the name Murado. He's beat Rigo. He's beat Rigo. Um, this year, about a couple months ago in November, when he took on Teofimo Lopez, just the whole narrative of Loma and how he can't, how they were calling him the Matrix and comparing him, to be a Floyd Mayweather Jr. They were saying Lomachenko would be a Floyd Mayweather Jr. They were saying Lomachenko would be a Tank Davis. ESPN and a lot of um, a lot of Lomachenko stands were just really overhyping him. He's done more than Haney. Oh, so if you're saying in pound for pound, he's kind of went down on the pound for pound list. As far as resume, he has a better resume than Devin Haney. Devin Haney's only 23. Uh, he just became world champion this year, and just fought Gamboa and just been fighting contenders. He definitely has a better resume than Devin Haney. Um, he's done more resume wise than Tank Davis, for sure. If we're speaking on resume, yeah, Lomachenko has the deepest resume at the lightweight division. He's 33 years old. Everybody else is like 24 and 25 and 23. Teofimo Lopez is 23. Tank Davis is 25. Devin Haney is 22. Ryan Garcia is 22. So he's in the top three as far as resume. Um, as far as I can see why you would put him. All right, what I mean, have fun. Sorry, what I mean. Lomachenko's not that good, man. I'm sorry. He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter, but he is not top three. He was exposed. He was exposed by Lomachenko. I mean, he was exposed by Teofimo Lopez. Uh, and he didn't throw one punch in the first 6 months, the first 6 rounds. Sorry, a little tired. He didn't throw one punch. He is not top three, not throwing one punch in 6 rounds. What up? What up? Welcome to Free Blues Boxing. Welcome to Free Blues Boxing. Lomachenko is not top three. He got exposed by Teofimo Lopez, and he would not beat Devin Haney. No kidding. Now I like Lomachenko. I like how he took the pay cut. I don't like how he went out. I don't like how he went out in the fight. He went out with very bad sportsmanship, and he got schooled. And he didn't throw one punch in the 6 round. He did fight. He did win rounds nine through. I'm sorry, he won rounds. You can honestly score it 8-4 or 9-3. Teofimo Lopez dominated the whole fight. He did way more. Teofimo Lopez. What do you got to say about Teofimo Lopez exposing Lomachenko and killing the whole narrative that he is the Matrix and he can beat Tank and he can beat Floyd? That's out. That's out. Lomachenko is officially a gatekeeper. Um, I like how he took the pay cut, so he can make the fight with Teofimo Lopez happen. Very generous dude. He went out like a sore loser. Uh, the young gun Teofimo Lopez stepped up and outpointed, outboxed Lomachenko. He outboxed the Matrix, and these young fighters coming up, they're gonna earn their respect, and that's what's going on. I like Teofimo Lopez, I do. Not one of my favorite fighters, but I respect the way he fight. And I like his style, and he's a top fighter. And he has Lomachenko on his he has Lomachenko on his resume. He has Lomachenko on his resume. He has Lomachenko on his resume. So Teofimo Lopez has fought the best fighter at the lightweight division. He has fought the best fighter on the lightweight, better than on anybody else's resume at the lightweight division, including Tank Davis, Devin Haney, and obviously Ryan Garcia. So it's just a matter of time. Devin Haney is very underappreciated, underrated at the lightweight division. I honestly think that Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney would beat Lomachenko. It would not be an easy fight because Lomachenko is a seasoned veteran. He has great skills, but Ryan Garcia is way too explosive, and Devin Haney is not going to get touched. It's not going to get touched by Lomachenko. Teofimo Lopez was getting touched by Lomachenko because defensively he's not as sound. He's not as defensively sound as Devin Haney. He doesn't have a good enough jab. He doesn't have enough power. Devin Haney is top is at the top of the game when at the lightweight division. He has footwork. He has pretty decent power. He has pretty decent power. Um, he knows how to hit and not get hit. So looking at it from the outside, like, wow, this guy is so boring. Like, if you don't know boxing, wow, this guy is just so boring. Wow, his fights are so boring. If you know boxing, he's not getting touched. That man is not getting touched. That's the thing. Now it would take for a Devin Haney to go Tyson Fury, when he beat when he beat a power puncher. You know what I mean? When he outboxes a power puncher and nothing that a Teofimo Lopez or Tank Davis can do. Um, that's when Devin Haney will get his respect. No Kizzy. So no Kizzy. So we'll just have to see. I mean, Devin Haney underappreciated. Like I said, Lomachenko. I don't know what's next for Lomachenko. I think he needs to fight. I think he's still shooting for the Tank Davis fight. Uh, Lomachenko does not need to fight Tank Davis. I see Tank Davis stopping Lomachenko in round 6. I do not see that going the distance. If Teofimo Lopez gave Lomachenko problems and a lot of problems decisively, like then obviously Tank Davis is the full package and power, so he's gonna stop Lomachenko. The best thing for Lomachenko to do is fight like Shakur Steve. Like he needs to either go down. I do want him to fight everybody. No, I do want him to fight Tank Davis and Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. They're just all dangerous fights. That's all. Care about his well being, but he needs to get in there with all these dangerous fighters. Um, I want to see him in Lomachenko, when he fought Luke Campbell, he outboxed him. Ryan Garcia, when he fought Luke Campbell, he knocked him out. So, but then again, styles make fights. Stylistically, it would all match up different between Lomachenko versus Tank, Lomachenko versus Devin Haney, Lomachenko versus Ryan Garcia. Styles make fights. Styles makes fights, but bottom line, I'm very impressed with the way Ryan Garcia looked. He's ready for anybody in the lightweight division except for Tank Davis. Devin Haney is ready for Tank. Lomachenko is ready for Tank. Ryan Garcia is not. Respectfully. Teofimo Lopez is ready for Tank. Ryan Garcia, he's just a little bit behind. He's just a little bit behind on strength and workouts. And that might be crazy for me to say because Devin Haney he has not fought anybody like a Luke Campbell. Um, he's fought pretty tough contenders. Santiago. Um, he's beat these undefeated contenders. He's fought a lot of great, but somebody like a Luke Campbell who's established. He fought Lomachenko, fought Linares. Um, we're just gonna have to see something like that. But yeah, thank you for watching another live. This is Free Blues Boxing. I just uploaded the full fight recap. Brian Garcia versus Luke Campbell. It was a heck of a fight. Um, I also have a Jerron in this video that just hit 3K. My last Devin Haney video that's doing hundreds and hundreds of views. Um, Free Blues Boxing is coming. Hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell when you do check out my channel. Until next time, peace and love.